Hello, Cynthia Akarachi, and I am here to do a love light transmission and a planet healing, sending love and light to the planet. Not sure why the lighting is not the best here for Facebook Live, but that's the way it is. So, welcome. My name is Cynthia Akarachi, and I do the planet healings every Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern, and it's 8 o'clock Eastern. Today is 9 o'clock Eastern because I was not able to get on at 8. So, let me just move this over. Hold on. Is that better, the lighting? Let's see here. Try to make the lighting better. Okay, so what we're going to do is go through this is basically what I do is I just send love and light through a path, and when I set the intent that we move the blockages that are in our way from being in the love and light, and to be able to bring our energies more in alignment and in a place that we can feel more full and be able to share the love and light. And with this exercise, I was taught this exercise, I don't know, maybe a long time ago, 7 years ago, and I realized that it's much easier to give to others when we're in that full state, when we're full ourselves. And because of the way our life is, where we're constantly busy and always doing something, with just life in general is busy, we get depleted. Our energy gets depleted. A lot of us don't even know we have adrenal burnout. Our adrenals are running in flight and fright. And so this is just a time to be still, be quiet, and to replenish the energies. I know that even though I did get a little nasal this week, my energy and the work that I've been doing is still just as strong and just as clean as it was when when I'm not cleansing. I think my body's just releasing some energy that's stuck, and it's stuck in here. So if I sound nasal, I am. But I did 2 sessions, actually 3 sessions today. They all went really well, and I didn't want to cancel because possibly next Tuesday night I might not be able to be here, so I wanted to show up, even though I'm an hour late. But nobody shows up on my lives. They always watch the replays anyway, so someday somebody will show up live, and when they do, they'll be happy they did. Okay, so let's start with a moment of silence. I already started moving the energy. Let's slow the breath down. Take a couple deep breaths. Really bring in prana in the breath. Connect to your divine self, your divine connection to your divinity, to your source, your prime creator, your God, your whatever you call your connection to this unified field of consciousness, this unseen, untangible resource that we have. Bring that in with your breath. Okay, good. So what I do is, this is my dominant hand, and I take my, it's called the directing hand, and I just put my elbows to my side, and I on my lap, I'm spinning in the energy, so it's like a spiral, but I also open and close at the same time. So I'm setting, just want to get some motion into the directing hand into this hand, which is my receiving hand. And the receiving, it's just a simple way to do the energy. And if you're sensitive to energy, you'll feel the energy going into your hand. If you're not, I recommend you go like this and really just get the energy flowing in your hands. And when you do that, you can go like this and feel there's like a little zing in between the hands. As you push them together and back, you'll get a zing. Or you can go and feel that energy coming in. Yeah. Okay. So that we all have a magnetic field, and we all have the ability to move energy, and we a lot of times this adrenal burnout and fatigue is because our energy is blocked. And some of the ways, as I share with you a lot, is to open the energy flow is through your breath, through yoga, through meditation techniques. I go to acupuncture, exercise, doing, as Anthony Robbins says, when you're in your peak state, move your energy, do shaking or do some type of movement to get the energy flowing. Because when your energy is flowing, you're more in the you're more healthier. You're more in the flow. You're more present. You're healthier. So keep the energy flowing, and we're gonna start with just setting that intention tonight. The intention is to stop comparing to others and to just be in our own unique self. And we're going to release that jealous, envy, comparison, not good enough, unworthiness, and just focus on our true gifts and what we have to offer and how we can really shine. Get your, bring your essence to a fullness, bring it to this, truly bring it into the love and the light and this feeling of wholeness and fulfillment. So that's what we're doing. We're looking to feel more whole, more filled with the love and the light, and to know that we are capable and to find our path, our passion, and to share that with others, to share and to be in a tribe where we know who who we want to share it with, and be able to enjoy the love and the light and the blessings that we have just by being present in our own being. Because a lot of times when we compare, we lose our center. When we're looking at what other people are doing all the time and comparing ourselves to them, we lose our own essence, and it's very contagious. Once you start comparing, it just takes over. And I know I got caught in it, and I have to stop doing that. So that's what we're working on today, is to stay in our center, know our gifts, get really clear vision, so that you're not knocked off by naysayers or people that don't understand or don't think you can handle it or do it or whatever their negativities are, or your own self-judgments. Let's clear those so that you can know that you're the one, that you can do what it is that you're setting out to do. Okay, so with that, we're going to really bring in the love and light and shift these patterns so that we're more centered, more aligned, feeling the joy, feeling the love, and feeling that, whatever it is, your message is, your passion is, that you can feel confident that somebody is going to want to hear it, and that you're capable of delivering your passion, what it is that you want to do. And if you're still not clear what your passion is, that's where I can help. We can go into your heart and really, clear out whatever it is that is the doubts, the fears, or the confusions, and pull in the source, and really dive into what your true gifts are. They'll shine. They'll shine when you put the light on them. They'll shine, and that's what this is about. Is helping you be who you really are from your authentic self, and to truly just feel that love and the light. And then when we get there, which takes, I set the intent that I'm doing everybody that plays this replay and that shows up live, and my clients that I'm currently working on this week. I had a bunch of emergency clients this week that there was a lot of energy hitting people this week, more than normal. So we are going through some planetary shifts that may cause this, but we don't want to tap into that too much. We just want to stay in our own center and just know that whatever shifts your body's going through, that it's be patient with it, don't judge it, breathe into it, move it. And so we're going to work on whoever watches the replay, whoever's on now, my clients that called me in the last week, and really move that energy that's stuck and bring us to a higher vibration. All right, so I'm going to tune in one more time. All right. Thank you for joining me. I don't know who you are, but thanks for joining. We're doing the love light transmission along with the planet healing. Once we fill up, we'll send the love and the light to the earth. I'm getting that we really need to do really big inhales and exhales right now. So really sit planted with your feet on the floor. I'm in a high chair, so I just have my feet on the bar. But shoulders up, your spine straight. And on the inhale, really extend that diaphragm out like you're pregnant, and really push that out. And then as you continue to inhale, your ribs expand out, and then as you continue, your shoulders will lift. And then on the exhale, your shoulders come down, your chest comes in, and your diaphragm comes up. And really squeeze it in and get a good exhale. And if you're quivering in any of that, then back it off a little bit. You don't want the body to be shaking. So if your full breath is making you shaky, just release it a little bit. Don't go so full. When you first start doing deep breathing, the body has been constricted, and it can feel a little bit shaky and not comfortable. So just do the breath cycle that you can do, that's slow and full as best you can. In and out your nose if possible. Because that's like very earth and grounding and calming. There's other breath types too that we can do, but right now that's the one we're going to do. I'm doing my mouth because my nose is just a hair stuffy. Okay, we just had a big shift. And if you want, you can move with the breath too, like do some shorter movements, like with your body, with your hips. You can move around a little bit. You don't have to be like, totally stillness, because this is more about moving the energy. So you don't have to like totally stay still in this exercise, at least not for what we're doing right now. Because we're really just trying to open the energy flow, and movement actually helps that. There we. So what this series that I've been doing every Tuesday is going to go into my Twitter lead machine, and I'm going to be posting it onto Twitter and sharing it on my blog and sharing it in different places, so that because when you work with energy, there's no time and space. So anytime you pick up any of my replays, it'll still work. If you don't have time to watch me now, this will carry on the next time you come and watch me. So it's not, you don't have to be live. So all these that I've done are good forever, really. Yeah, there's a lot of icky in the energy tonight. That happened in a couple of my sessions today too. It's this like icky energy I just call it icky. So I'm going to bring in a little forgiveness work, underlying the love light coming through to forgive us for being caught in the icky and being caught in the what we were talking about earlier, where we're comparing and judging and not really fully being authentic in our own passion, our own truth. Being caught in doing work or doing activities that aren't serving us and keeping us from who we truly are. I know I did a lot of different career or jobs that were not in alignment. It's kept me from who I really was and slowed me down from being healthy, because it was dragging down my health at the same time. Yeah, much better. Okay, good. Full exhales. Okay, good. Energy's coming in better. Nice. There's some throat chakra stuff going on where not able to express what it is you need to express, or getting stuck with the words. It's what I'm picking up. Or not able to speak who you are. I know that when I don't know, it was probably 20 years ago, 30 years ago, my brother wanted to tell me something, and I could feel like I could feel funny in here, and I didn't understand empathic. I didn't understand what was going on, and he was a little nervous, and then I realized that I was feeling his wanting to say something that he wasn't able to say, and so when I feel that, it reminds me of the time that my brother was trying to say something and he couldn't express it, and I could feel it. I could feel what that felt like when it wasn't mine. So when I do these, sometimes I pick up what the energy is by just feeling it. I just get a knowing of what we're clearing. So that's just, we're working through some throat issues right now. There we go. Nice. It's really hard when you get into disagreements with people. It really does, it's disagreements and or arguments is definitely shuts down the field. So we'll bring some forgiveness in all the times that we had disagreements and arguments over expression in the throat, to be able to say what you need to say when you want to say it and feel comfortable and confident to say it. Sometimes we have a hard time saying things for love that are loving. Sometimes we want to say, loving things, and it doesn't come out for some people. I know when I did about 11 years ago, I signed up for Toastmasters, which is a public speaking, and just to get over anxiety. And I know that I had a hard time sharing. Table topics is 1 to 2 minutes sharing a question that you got asked. My first time, I couldn't even answer the question. I had to sit down. The second time I got up there, that question they asked me, I was like, who cares? I couldn't even think of an answer just to answer it. I was like, who? The topic was just like, it was I remember the question, I don't know. They asked me what I thought about having a passport to go to Canada, or needing a passport to go to Canada. That was a while ago. And I was like, I don't know. What do I care? I didn't have an answer. But as you practice speaking, it gets easier. Trust me, I had a really hard time speaking. There, whoever's watching this, I had some speaking issues. We're working through that, and we're working on clearing, comparing, and judging, and to try to hone in our own authenticity and find our path, our way to share it. My main concern is working with entrepreneurs that are working towards living their dream and carving their path in a way that's unique and special, and creating abundance through entrepreneurship, but a lot of my clients are actually not even entrepreneurs, so it can happen to all of us, even in a job situation where you need to, your boss says, I need you to speak and train on this to this many people, and you're like, oh no, I gotta speak, so it happens. That happened to me in one of my jobs. That's how I ended up at Toastmasters. I was told I had to give training, so I was like, what, are you crazy? The words won't even come out. Yeah, so it does happen in different fields, different careers. There we go. Okay, really breathe up. When you do the inhale, I said to the top of the shoulders, but bring the energy up into the connecting to the divine. Bring it a little higher, because we got to get it up in here, the chi, the energy. So really fill up and expand it into your fifth, sixth, and seventh chakra. And when it's coming, when you're exhaling, send it. You're filling your whole being with this breath prana combo, like the air and the prana, the chi, the life force, the unified field of consciousness. And we're filling your spirit up. And that unified field of consciousness is the light, is the love, is the buoyancy that brings that wholeness and the fulfillment, and it brings us into this more of a joyful, blissful state. And it dissipates. When you're grateful and really truly living that, yay, I'm excited, and you're grateful, it dissipates that angstness and that anger or grief or whatever it is that you're experiencing. So be grateful that we can sit, relax, and take a breath, and breathe and just be present. Yay. All right, that was good. Tapping into my different people that I worked on this week to send them an extra blessing and to move the energy of who's watching the replay and who's with me now. I don't know who you are. If you want to leave a comment, you're welcome to, or not. So this is heart-based thinking. This is like bringing you into the love, bringing your energy. If you want to even put your hands here for a little bit and feel the energy coming in. You can do this again. And then, hold your heart. So I realized later on, after so many years of Toastmasters, that a lot of the anxiety that I was getting at Toastmasters wasn't even mine, because I was empathic and I was picking up everybody in the club's nervousness. So I learned that when I started talking in meditation, different meditation groups, that I didn't have the same problem speaking that I did at Toastmasters. Toastmasters also has an evaluator, and when you're evaluated, there's another component, and I think the evaluation process was a little intimidating for me to be evaluated. But most of the time the evaluations are just constructive criticisms that are, built in to help you grow, not to, make you feel less than. So it's a great club, great way to learn. Because, as you grow your online business, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to be attracted to what you have to say. And not everyone's going to be nice in their comments. I got, I've gotten some comments that were not so friendly, but it happens. I don't take it personal. There. There we go. It's taking a little longer today to go through the energy, the path, probably because of the intention we set is pretty big. And there was throat stuff, so it's going to take a little bit longer. We usually can get it done in a half hour, and it's going to take a little longer. Probably because it's one of my issues too, because so got caught comparing. It's all part of the learning process to stay in your own center and true to your word and your authenticity, and just know that you're going to be divinely guided as you stay connected to this pure sacred, this unified field of consciousness is pure sacredness. It's pure love, pure light, and it's easier to tap in now because the energies are lightening up on the planet. We can ascend higher and move our awareness deeper. Wow, that was a big shift. Huh. Okay, yeah, good. There. We're moving a lot of stuff right now. So we're doing the different chakra systems too. Like I said, the part of the path is to hit each chakra. We have 7 major chakras and minor chakras. So as I go along the path, check into the different energy bodies, or energy systems of our body. Okay, we're sending the energy down to the center of the earth. So get a grounding cord that's hollow in the center, coming from your root chakra, which is your base chakra, which is right at the base of the tailbone. What I do is I take an oak tree because it's a pretty deep taproot, send it to the center of the earth, and like I make it hollow so that I can send the energy I don't need. I'm gonna release and just send it down into Earth. Mother Earth will recycle and reuse it, and we can be freed of that old energy that we no longer need. So just send that grounding cord to the center of the earth. There. That's better. Much better. Okay, good. Maybe we'll do that sooner. next week. Send that grounding cord sooner. Okay. So people that I worked on this week, there was a lot of viruses, nervous system problems, sciatica, anger, disappointments. So let's just clear some of that out. Short patience. That happens. Oh boy, does that happen. Patience. All right, we got the energy really pretty high today. I feel pretty good. I don't know what you feel, but I do. I don't see comments for some reason. I'm not sure. Not sure why. Maybe there's no comments. But okay, we're gonna switch to planet healing. My logo is hands around the globe, around the earth, and so I find it easier to visualize the earth in our hands, like when in Reiki 1 or Reiki 2. I think we learned distance Reiki, how to send energy from the distance, and right now our energies are more cleaner, purer right now. So it's a good time to send the energy to the planet, and we can do that by starting with the water. So visualize the energy that we just accumulated in our hearts, the love and the light, and send it to the planet water, whether it's the ocean, the streams, the rivers, the lakes, the ponds, the rain. It's raining here. The water is very impressionable. Actually, we usually do a light transmission, but I didn't do it yet. We could do it after. But the water is very impressionable. Dr. Mano did studies where he would set the intention in the water, and he would freeze it and take a picture or under a microscope and see the crystallization change. And Dr. Mano did a big study when the intention is really good, the crystallization is beautiful. When it was mean, it was like, it wasn't such a nice crystallization. So this is when you send love and light to the planet, the water systems, it will, especially the many, two or more come together, the energy is stronger, the more that really take the time out to send this love and light to the planet, it does make a difference. Many studies are showing that the intention is powerful. Not just his work, but many other meditation. So we'll do the water for a little bit, clearing out the water, just setting it love and light. The reason why I added, I was just doing love light transmissions when I first started, and just doing the water. And then I started getting everybody to neutral in the water. Now I added the planet, because if we might as well, bring consciousness to a higher vibration. So, yeah. was I usually do this at 8 o'clock Eastern. I was baking cookies, trying to get my final recipe complete so I can make a recipe book. But for some reason, I can't get this one cookie to bake well. It doesn't. It's getting better, but it still needs a little love. Doesn't come out very easy. Not sure. I'm not a baker, so I just learned self-taught baking, and it's gluten-free. I use coconut sugar and honey instead of refined sugar, and there's no corn, no soy, no dairy. Well, eggs. There's eggs in some of the recipes, but so it's they're really good cookies, but just this one batch just can't seem to get it right. I'll get it one of these days. They're still yummy, even though they don't come off the pan very well. Even when you oil the pan, they're still really yummy. All right, there's the water. It's working. Okay, we're going to continue to do the water, and we're going to send love and light to the Western Hemisphere. And be willing to believe that we can make a difference. When you have doubt, it does block the flow. So just by being willing, like the 12 steps, willing to believe that there's something greater that can store us to sanity. I think that's step 2. Willing to believe. And so we're willing to believe that this Creator can really take our intention and help move this energy and bring the love and light and peace, stillness, bliss, joy, gratefulness, bringing the higher vibrations to the Western Hemispheres. And I always say please and thank you, and ask for forgiveness for being out of alignment, or being out of, like forgiveness of our cultural or collective consciousness is off track. Ask Creator for forgiveness and say please and thank you. There, it's a big shift there. So we'll continue doing the water Western Hemisphere. We'll add the Eastern Hemisphere, the same thing. Just be willing to send the love and light to the Eastern Hemispheres. Okay. South Pole. And the North Pole. And today is June 6th. And let's see, 55 years ago my brother was born on June 6th. So let's send him a little love and light. Blast my brother Kevin. The other story I was talking about was my brother Kenny, who is now passed away from alcohol, too much alcohol, and as the heart, lungs couldn't handle the, I think it was the anxiety driven, and when he drank a lot, he got anxiety. So that brother has passed. We could send him love and light. And my brother that's alive, 55 years old, love and light. And anybody that you want to send extra love and light to, any of your loved ones that are maybe possibly struggling with illness or that are moving forward, transitioning, and looking for their true path. A lot of us get educations that we can't get jobs to do, and wonder how to be in the world. Entrepreneurship, I think, is a choice. It's not for everybody, but nowadays it's much easier to be an entrepreneur than it ever has been. So I think it's it's a doable choice. So let's spread love and light to those that are in transition, that are looking for a new way to be, and to give them the strength to look at entrepreneurship. There. Yeah, send your loved ones. So the love and light is definitely a lighter vibration. You should feel more relaxed, more, especially with the deep breathing. If you're able to breathe deep the whole way through, it's very cleansing. It helps your immune system. It helps you sleep. It helps so many things. So keep doing those deep breaths. I want a couple deep breaths here and some deep exhales. So the more you inhale, the more you can exhale. Things are going to change in our bodies. Allow the change to happen. It's we're evolving. We're going through a planetary shift energetically in our bodies, because we're getting lighter. A lot of cleansing has to happen. That's probably what's going on right now, is my body's cleansing out. So don't judge uncomfortableness in the body. Embrace it and know that it may be just a shift in the energy, and to drink lots of water, take baths, go for a walk, move the energy. Don't judge it. Be acceptance to whatever it is that you're working through, and keep your diet clean as best you can. Like, avoid the fried food and the heavy foods. I would avoid everything I don't bake with. I would avoid soy, corn, dairy, gluten, and refined sugar, and white flour, because the body runs best on simple proteins, vegetables, nuts, greens, and fruits. What am I missing? Grains is in like non-wheat grain, non-gluten grain. I bake with rice flour, coconut flour, gluten-free flour. I tried flax flour, but it didn't work for me. It gave me a bloody nose. And I tried millet, but it's hard to bake with. It's pretty dense. So one of these days I'll have a little cookbook, baking book of my gluten-free recipes. when I can figure out how to get this cookie to work, because I want it in the book. It'll just take me a little bit, probably a little longer to get it right. So we're just still sending the energy to our loved ones. That, I guess it was some need of some love and light for some loved ones. So here we go. All right, well, it's 51 minutes. We did it. I appreciate you joining me. And two or more get together, the energy's stronger. I come here every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. I was an hour late today. Last minute to throw that recipe together. And yeah, anyway. So let's see, next week I have a visitor in town, and I may have a house full. I'm not sure if I can get to this, but I'm going to do the best I can to do my live healing next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. And if I can't get to it at 8, I'll try early morning on Wednesday before everybody wakes up, to at least get it in for the week. So that's I think that's my plan. Okay, so remember to tap into your energy. If you're feeling low energy, move your hands together and activate, sending the love and light through with intention through your this is my dominating hand. My receiving hand is my left hand. And send it along the path. Just set the intention. And when I do the love and light, I work through forgiveness and clearing any dark energy is the baseline. Like making sure that you're at least neutral, getting rid of the lower vibrations, the sadness, the guilt, shame, grief, anger, whatever's not serving us, and try to bring us to neutral as a base, but even higher if we can, to like the love and the light and the bliss. Sometimes it takes a bunch of sessions to be able to hold the love and light, because we've been so put down and judged and whatever. So the energy of the lower vibrations is a conditioned response. It's a pattern, but the more you do this, the more it's easier to stay in it. And I actually check in a couple times a day, say, where am I? Where's my energy at? And if I feel angst or I picked up some sadness from conversation, I'll tune in and say, okay, let's move this. And I take some breaths and ask for forgiveness, and to just move the energy as quick as I can when I notice that I'm totally off, because it's not worth being in that lower state. It's so much easier to move and be present in the higher states of awareness, and it takes practice. It's not easy, especially if you're around people that are negative, judging and comparing to other people you think they're doing better than you. So that was the intent today, is to stop comparing, to stay present in our own authentic self. If we see ourselves off track, hone it in, get back center, and the breath, use the breath as the anchor to center. And that's what we're doing. We're practicing breathing and coming into center, and yeah, so we did a good job. We moved a lot of energy. I feel good. Thank you for joining me, and we'll just see you hopefully next Tuesday. If not, we'll do it again. I'll do it again someday next week. If not, well, it'll be 2 weeks. Okay. Love you. Thank you. This was great. Bye for now.